sky.
Pain has a face. Allow me to show it to you. I am pain.
Good evening, boys, girls, ghosts, ghouls, family, and friends. Welcome to this week's episode of Sacrificial Terror Podcast. Tonight is our 13th episode. I am Sam, I am Mason, with the always fabulous Miss
Zombie Barbie.
And my brother from another mother, the incomparable Mr.
Lance Wagner. Howdy ho, everybody.
That's right, baby. Tonight's show is brought to you by Sacrificial Pawn Productions and produced by Samantha Wagner and Miss Zombie Barbie. Tonight's show, we have the one, the only, Mr. Circus of the Dead himself, Billy Pawn, coming at you right now.
Hey, was this not a S&M group or something? I thought.
Wrong group.
I think I put the wrong
Billy.
buttons or something. I don't know what happened.
He's like, shit, wrong group.
Hey, you know what? After watching what Papa Corn did, I wouldn't be surprised.
He's helping me to know what I mean. He's a helper.
Oh, man.
That is so good. That is
Oh,
awesome.
All right.
good.
So, Zombie, what was your favorite part of this movie?
My favorite part? My favorite part's always going to be Bill Oberst. He's a friend of mine, and I fucking love him. So, I love popcorn. There's not like a favorite part I had. I loved his parts.
No, his acting was
Parts.
fucking spot
I
on.
love
It was
his
phenomenal.
parts.
So, he was one creepy motherfucker in this.
And in real life, he's the complete opposite. I swear, he's the
Yeah.
sweetest, nicest person you'll ever meet in your life. Not an evil bone in his body.
Mm-hmm.
That's
It's always
So,
crazy.
what made you choose? Sorry, I'm
That's a
sorry.
good
Go
question.
ahead.
It was I made a list of people. I started looking all over, actually of all places, of Facebook first, because we have a lot of connections, and I started seeing him pop up on like a list that people have made up, the top 10 indie actors and this and that. And I stumbled on a demo reel, and I said, man, this guy's kind of creepy. And then I had some mutual friends, and then I started writing them and said, hey, what kind of person is he as a person? Is he somebody to work with? And then we got tagged in the same promo giveaway. I was giving away some Doll Boy stuff, and he was signing some autographs. And I said, just to be in the same post as Bill Oberst Jr., I'm like fanboying out just to try to butter the balls a little bit, butter the balls. But so then we friended each other, and then within a day or two, I wrote him and said, hey, I got this script I think he'd really be good at. And he was the first one I went after and the first one we got. So he loved the script a lot.
Perfect,
Nice.
perfect casting.
Yeah,
But
he-
it's all-
Okay,
Absolute best.
yeah.
nice.
What was
Now, I
your,
apologize for cutting off Miss Zombie Barbie. Please, go ahead.
I don't know what I was going to say now, but what are your guys' favorite parts? Let's start with Lance.
I met Chanel and Parrish last year at the Cult Classic Convention, and so I like Parrish. So it's when I got to know him on that level, getting to see him just it's kind of throws me back. It's kind of surreal knowing how cool he is. So I liked Parrish a lot, but I just absolutely love. Like, is it spoiler now that it's on Prime? Should I?
No, there's no spoil. You can say anything you want by now. If they haven't watched it in 3 years, screw 'em.
So when Chanel gets her head lopped off, that that completely caught me off guard because I was thinking I was not that I try to predict movies. So my wife will tell you I get lost in the movie, so I kind of actually was cheating myself, and I was thinking I thought I knew it was going to happen. Her head lopped off. It was like, oh shit! So
You took it personal and cried.
I kind of did. I didn't cry, but I was like, dang it, that's not what I thought was going to happen.
Like, it brought you back to Little Lance when they shot a Bambi's mom.
Shot a baby what?
Bambi's mom, remember in Bambi?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I teared up a little bit, Billy. Okay.
Don't leave, Shane. Come back, Shane. Shane.
That's awesome. Okay, Sam, you're next, Sam.
I think my favorite part was when they took the mallet and smacked the dude in the fucking face.
Oh,
dude, that was, or no, it was the gnome. It was the gnome that the garden gnome that he used to smack the black. Okay, and here's why. Because there's so many cheaters out there that do all this horrible shit. So the fact that she was cheating on her husband who fucking absolutely adored her and the family, like, with the black cop, was with the cop was bullshit. That fucking pisses me off. So the fact that they took him out first and then got to her was fucking awesome. I love that part.
People cheer when she dies. It seems like they should. People don't like cheating.
No. What was your favorite part, Billy?
My favorite part was when it was over and done. You guys, do y'all know have any idea how many times I've watched that movie, like with editing it and all that? I mean, honestly, probably I would say it's getting close to 1,000.
Oh my God.
I hear it come on and I cringe and I just want to cry.
Right.
I've watched it recently. I got invited to a local, that's where I saw Clegg at, Brian Clegg, as a matter of fact, at the Permian Basin Comic Con. And they always look out for me because it's here locally in Midland, Odessa. There's not much other to do out here. And they said, well, we want to screen your movie. I go, this is a comic book crowd. Nobody's going to meet it. They go, no, it'll be super popular. It'll be super popular. So I showed up at this 2 o'clock Sunday screening, and there wasn't a damn person in that room. It was me, 200 seats. No, it's okay. It's these kids dressed up as Deadpool and stuff. I wouldn't let anybody 18 and under in, and other people that they didn't care. But I sit and watched it with another filmmaker that stopped by, and as the first time I seen it in, I guess, probably about a year.
Wow.
But my favorite part probably was the head doing scene with Parrish Bill, Jed, and then Noodle Dome, Ryan Clapp in the background. That was the funnest part because my producers are very straight-laced people. And when they read the script, I hid all this out of the script from them, right? Because I knew they would say no. And then I had a shooting script that we shot, and it had all that stuff in it. Now, we had to fight about the penis on Papa's, like my investors and stuff maybe cut it down. They let me use 1 second of penis. So when we do an uncut version, maybe you'll get 3 or 4 seconds of penis. So that's how actually, that could be the autobiography of my book. You can ask my wife. So, but,
dude, that's funny because we've had a lot of penis on the show lately. I mean, what was it? Cherokee Creek was full of dick.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, a lot.
I know those guys too. I'm hoping to work with Billy soon, Billy Blair. I've always liked him. He's been a good dude. I run into him every year at Frightmare, Texas Frightmare Weekend. So we're gonna try to make something happen on Cowboys from Hell.
I was
Just get him in, yeah.
You're gonna try to get him in that.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be really cool. He'd be awesome.
He just got Joe Don Baker in it. I mean,
It's just
Joe
all
Don
that.
Baker.
We got y'all notice the other one was Bob Wall.
Yes, I saw that.
That's a little obscure, but he's kind of a neat dude because he's still 80 years old. He's saying, "You keep running that mouth, Bloody Bill, and I'll whip your ass too." And I'm like, "Yeah, he's gonna fight. I'm not gonna fight him." So
you were just talking about Enter the Dragon too, weren't you, Barbie? Zombie Barbie? When you're talking about
Oh yeah, Mel Novak.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. I forgot which one he was in. Billy, was it Enter the Dragon?
He was in Enter the Dragon. He was in Return of the Dragon.
Okay.
But they all got different names. I want to say he might have been in that Chinese Connection too.
Oh,
He's
wow.
always played the guy with the scar in his face, so we're going to do that in Cowboys.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Can't believe he's 80. Wow.
Yeah, he's actually really a martial artist. He's in like the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
And he doesn't he doesn't like blink an eye. I mean, I could say something and he'll say, "You want to wrestle? We'll take it outside, Billy." I was like, "No, I'm good. I'm too old for that." But,
That's great.
still as tough as he's ever been.
Hey, if I ever get him on one of my sets, I'm definitely going to take him up on that offer because I love the fight.
he says, I mean, he said he's choked out people from like Mike Tyson. He's naming all these people Elvis.
Wow.
I was thinking, man, this guy's lived a life like Forrest Gump. It was just so cool. It's so fun talking to him and listening to the stories and stuff like that too. The way he talks about Bruce Lee isn't the way we see Bruce Lee. He knew Bruce Lee as a person, you know, and just somebody that he chatted with and, you know, shoots a shit with. So I mean, it's just really cool talking to him and Joe Don and all this kind of stuff. It's kind of amazing. And that's just 2 out of a bunch, you guys. I got a bunch of secrets that'll be coming out. I just don't want to post them until I get it kind of signed on the dotted line. So that's the only thing I wait for. I got some good handshakes and verbal commitments, but I just want to get a little bit further to make sure.
And Parrish he'll be in that one too. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Like Parrish is a brother. If I don't put him in a movie, it would be because I'm shooting one in like Africa with all, you know, African Americans or something.
Right.
Because he'd probably refuse to put blackface on or something. Parrish is like, hey, I'm not going to do nothing crazy like that, Billy. I got to watch out for. So,
he's awesome.
He's a good dude.
He's the blonde guy, right? In the movie?
Yeah. But he's like a brother. I mean, we roomed together in at Texas Frightmare Weekend. My wife canceled out at the last minute, and then her friends wanted to come, so then she come back in. So, but then she stayed with a friend, so I had to room with Parrish. And what I thought and was hoping was going to be one king size bed, but luckily they gave us 2 and we're okay. But yeah, as far as Parrish goes, he's like a brother, and I love that dude. And anytime I get him on the phone, if you talk to Parrish, you talk to him for a while. So
nice.
He's super nice.
He's a sweet guy. He comes down and stays here at my house and stuff sometimes, and we just talk. Well, he talks a lot. I kind of just listen.
I liked his post on the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yes.
That he had been at the restaurant and all that stuff. I thought it was really cool.
I know it is, because that's what he tells me. See, you guys, the thing about Parrish is he's like they plucked him out of the old. The fact that he doesn't have a Joe Bob Briggs type show is amazing, because I'm telling you guys, you cannot stop Parrish on any of that old stuff. I mean, he's plucked right out of that era, you know, the bygone era and stuff. But now if you don't quit with these fat posts showing pictures of, well, I was once 250 pounds.
Yeah, right.
I ain't fat. You know I was fat, Parrish. Now, you know, but he's one of the best dudes you'll ever meet in life. I guess y'all know that if he is that cult classic. So he's a damn good dude.
I met him.
Nice.
He actually signed my Circus of the Dead. If you can see.
Awesome.
Aw, man, you got everything.
Yep. And then Chanel was there.
Oh, the face licking.
She signed for me.
Dude, is there anything that you don't actually have memorabilia from?
I'm trying. I want to get more, but Samantha keeps putting a freaking cap on me, man. I get so far, she says, you got to stop right around here. So
you've got more than me, and I haven't made the damn movie.
But I got to get your magnet.
Yes, I got some of those. I actually got still a stack of, I want to say over 50 of them.
Okay, good.
Okay, but I think we can give it away. I had 200, so it's about 150 so far.
She gave me, she got some stamps for me, so because we don't ever have stamps around here. So get myself a dress stuffed animal. There it is.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
That's a magnet?
Yep.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
That's my face. I did that whenever I just went through chemo and all my hair fell out. And I said, you know what, I'll probably never be this hairless again, so I'm going to take that chance. And I dressed up as all 4 clowns.
Oh, cool.
Of all 4 of my own clowns. And surprisingly, I looked the most like the fat, retarded one. At least like popcorn.
So it's funny because we were actually debating this. Were you or did you not do a cameo in this film?
Well, I mean, you guys wouldn't notice it. There's you can see me in a mirror, but then Noodle Dome walks in from my left in the mirror reflection, and it kind of looks like it's him. So it's technically I'm standing in the mirror, but like I said, I look like a fat retarded clown, so I don't know. But you know, it's funny watching the film because I know when we filmed it, it's the way it's framed. I'm just like inches.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was intense. Watching Bill and Parrish work was.
Dude, I think that's one of the hardest things for me as a filmmaker myself is working out your camera angles with mirrors and windows.
Mm-hmm.
It is so fucking hard, especially when you're doing a follow shot and you're following the actor and you're moving with them.
Yeah.
And like, you know, and they walk by windows and all this other shit. It's like, fuck, did they pick up my reflection?
Yep.
You know, it's such a pain in the ass.
Well, you know, the guy that plays the fat retarded clown, Ryan Clapp, Noodle Dome, he was even in Dollboy as Noodle Dome. But he's in real life, he's like a computer genius. And he
Really
can cover up anything. And our first cover up we ever did, we were doing a roofing commercial. And this roofer was really into his dog, and he squats down and he's doing a thing for lost animals, you know, to adopt instead of buy, you know, for puppy mills. And we didn't notice it when we shot, but you see his ass crack in the window behind him. So we covered it up with CGI that you can't tell it. And it just
That's awesome.
And even in Circus of the Dead, there were some scenes where Parrish and Bill's going inside the theater. There's a car coming by with a bunch of kids hanging out, looking and flipping us off and stuff. And it was the best take. And Ryan went in there and CGI'd it all out. You can't even tell.
Wow.
Oh shit!
Wow.
That's crazy.
What little
But he does some good
assholes.
work, and he's not, I don't want to say he'll take care
Yeah.
of new filmmakers. So if you ever need some CGI work, hit up Noodle Dome the Clown, aka Ryan Clapp.
Nice.
I'm gonna have to get his information from you because we may need some of that in Normal Terror.
He's a what do you call it too? A web guy. He can do all that kind of stuff, but the CGI stuff's good. The titles and movies and all that, he's really good at that. But what he helped me the most of is when you're trying to get on Netflix and all this kind of stuff, you have to have certain formats and stuff. And
Right.
he helped me a lot with that stuff because they got some mile-long things you got to figure out to get your movie on some platforms and stuff. Pain in the ass.
Mhm.
That's
That's
why
how-
I'm working with a marketing company.
I was so excited to see that that was on Prime. 'Cause I can watch it whenever I want to.
Well, you know whose fault that is that it wasn't. Same thing with Netflix. It's my fault. It's 110% is my fault. When it first came out, I went through Distributor. And a lot of people bash Distributor and say they don't do this to do that. But to me I had a lot of offers from actual distribution companies. But what I did is I looked at other friends who had movies on there, even people I haven't met. I would just reach out a cold message to a director and saying, hey, you've been with this company. What do you have to say about it? And they're like, man, screw that company. It's been 3 years. We haven't got a dime. And if I got to like 12 out of 13 bad things for one company, I said, I'm not using this company. So that's why we did it ourselves. And, you know, even without getting on Amazon or Netflix at first, because I thought, well, there's not enough money in it. But I'll explain my mess up in a minute for those other filmmakers. We did good, and we've made more money than all my friends have made just on me pushing the VOD and me selling the hard copies, which everybody says hard copies are dead, but that's baloney.
Mhm.
Not in the horror business, it's not.
Yeah, everybody wants.
But now, as far as the Netflix and Prime, you don't get much money, but you need that exposure. Because if you look at what happened to Terrifier, you know, Damien
Exactly.
Leone, I mean, that stuff blew up. And I dog it all the time, and everybody thinks I hate Terrifier and all this kind of stuff, but I really don't. I really think they did good. I mean, okay, I'm not going to say it's not the perfect movie, but it's a great throwback, and Art the Clown is the coolest thing ever, except for Popcorn. But
Right.
Yeah, popcorn's pretty badass.
I'm just
Dude, I gotta tell you, man, I don't mean to cut you off, but since we're talking about it, I gotta tell you, in relation to the two movies stacked up side by side, I have to say the Popcorn in this movie is so much better than Terrifier. I'm surprised it doesn't have a bigger cult following.
It's
Well,
coming. It's
it
coming.
it's got to come late because I told you guys, if I would have put it on Netflix and Amazon Prime right when it come out, I wouldn't. Maybe we'd be already a lot closer or up that mountain. And that's why I recommend with filmmakers. It's like you're not going to get rich. You're not going to make a film and get rich. You'd be lucky if you pay your investment back. That's considered a success nowadays. So just make a damn good film and just get it into as many eyes as you can. I don't even bitch about torrents and stuff anymore because it's not even about the money. Because I think if you're an indie filmmaker, the best I can hope for is somebody sees Circus or somebody sees Cowboys, and it opens up a door to get a legitimate acting job doing bigger budget movies, and then I'll get bigger eyes and all that kind of stuff. But I'm never going to sell out or nothing. I'm going to be edgy until I die because that's all I know. I can't be something I'm not on a set. I'm not faking phony. So it's just what I have to do.
Mhm. But with like Terrifier, you know, I mean, it took him a while to blow up, you know, and he did eventually because, you know, it was what was it? All Hallows Eve.
All Hallows Eve,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, years before Terrifier came out. So
Mhm.
Right.
you probably will blow up.
Well, even before that, he did a reviewer, one of the very first reviewers that did my first film, Dollboy, and I was telling that reviewer, so showed him my Circus of the Dead script and stuff like that, and And we started filming and all that. And he said, hey, have you ever seen this short film Terrifier? It was the smaller part. He made a short out of it first. And it was pretty good and powerful. The success of Terrifier is you've got a great killer and good effects and stuff like that. And then everything else kind of just sorts itself out. It's horror is starved for something decent. It doesn't take much to be great in the horror genre, okay? But it takes a lot to get some damn eyes on it. So I applaud them big time for doing that. That's the hardest thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, are you going to continue the series with Popcorn?
I was telling everybody is I let the cat out of the bag too, but that's why it took me so long to get Circus out. Is like that stuff was tied up with Netflix for a possible series. Then it got tied up with HBO. And you guys, I was seeing all this before this movie came out. I said, man, this movie's going to come out. I'm going to be a millionaire. And all the, it's like not only did the movie come out and I made 50 cents, but then it's like I got cancer and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, what the hell's going on? And then all those HBO stuff, all like left and stuff like that. So you just don't know when your opportunities are going to come and go, but you just got to make the most of them. So that's why this Cowboys from Hell, when I was shooting Circus of the Dead, Brad Potts, I remember the trooper in Circus of the Dead that pulls over the clowns in front of the theater. Well, when I was talking to him, he goes, why don't you give me a damn good role like you gave Bill? And I go, oh, well, I will. Because he goes, I always get stereotyped playing stupid troopers or sergeant or something. I said, well, let's do a cowboy movie, man. And that's where it comes from him. But he's like a brother, too. You know, I love that guy like a family member. And that was my promise to him. And that's why we're going to do this Cowboys from Hell the right way.
Nice.
Okay.
Then we go back to Circus of the Dead and probably going to get a Mr. Fister out, too. You ever seen that Mr. Fister?
I've not seen. I saw that was in the IMDb though in pre-production.
You never saw the fake trailer?
Land. Where's it at?
Everywhere in the world, Y'all, none of y'all have ever seen the Mr. Fister.
I may have seen it, just forgot. If you did you post it?
I post it all the time.
I'm probably sure I saw it.
Sometimes. Now y'all remember? I'll give you a little brief story. Y'all remember when Grindhouse come out? Tarantino and Rodriguez.
Right.
Yeah.
They had all the fake trailers in there. Well, they had a contest, and Jason Eisner won it with Hobo with a Shotgun. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Right.
And they ended up making a movie. Well, when he did Hobo with a Shotgun, he had a trailer contest. And I come in the top 10 and even met him at a film festival by doing a fake trailer called, for the Grindhouse one, I did a fake trailer called, y'all ready for this? Circus of the Dead. Now, if you see my fake trailer for Circus of the Dead, and then how Circus of the Dead actually turned out, I've learned a lot. But that's where it all started, was by a fake trailer in 2007 for Circus of the Dead. But the Mr. Fister fake trailer, people went nuts for. I mean, like, to the point is they still won't leave me alone about it. People want that movie. And what is it, John Kluger's son?
Yeah.
He was at Primary, and he was sitting across from me one time, and I had my banners up, and it showed my logos, Bloody Bill, Doll Boy, Circus of the Dead. And it said Mr. Fister. And he sat over there for an hour, kept looking at me. And I thought, man, is I fly down or something? And he finally walks over and he goes, hey, I just can't get over this. He goes, that's $1 million idea right there, my friend. That's what he said about Mr. Fister. That's $1 million.
Nice.
So,
I may have seen it then. I'm
actually watching it right now.
It. Yeah, it's on.
Cheater.
I love the Hobo with a Shotgun reference.
Yes. It was fun meeting Jason Eisner on that, too. But he's in Canada, and I'm in Texas. And I like Texas. I'm not a Canadian. So
Right.
that's why we're doing Cowboys from Hell in Texas. Somebody goes, hey, you going to come up here? You can use the Western Town for free. And I'm like, nah, you can't make a movie called Cowboys from Hell outside of Texas.
That's true. Yeah.
And people need to also, Billy, make sure people know. I'm saying this to everybody. Go to Prime and do reviews.
Oh, please do. Yeah, and just
for Circus of the Dead.
Yeah, or even if you steal it, if you steal your grandma's Blu-ray version copy of Circus, I mean, go leave a review somewhere. Even if you do that, I don't even care if you pay for it. You just leave a review somewhere.
And then also, if you go to like the best reviews and then you put that it was helpful, that bumps it up. Also.
That helps.
I always do not helpful for the real bad ones, though. I'll be honest with you.
Well, yeah, but like the 4 and 5 stars
for the bad reviews. Yeah.
Some of them are real dumb though. It's like this movie is the most what is it? Something that just made me feel worse than I've ever felt in my life. I wasn't happy after I watched it. I was thinking, oh, I'm sorry, I made a horror movie.
It's on the title, Circus of the Dead. Hello.
Yeah.
That's gonna make you happy.
People get on there just to review the assholes.
And that when they're real assholes is when they don't say anything about Bill's acting as Papa Point. Hey, this movie sucks, but that main clown was awesome. like I said, okay, I'll buy it as an actual argument in a review. But
Yeah.
if they don't say anything about that, then I know they didn't even watch the movie.
Right.
Yeah, he did really good. And like you're saying before, it's it's weird to see him so crazy and so fucked up when he's really not like that.
No, not at all. And Zombie Barbie 2 is like, I take it as this, you guys. I always tell him this. If you know him, you know how humble he is.
Mm-hmm.
He's a humble man, and he'll give credit to everybody else. If you talk to him about this, well, Billy Pond and Lee Angstrom wrote such a great character. It's like I couldn't, mess it up. And I was thinking, no, Bill Oberst is one of those once in a lifetime people. Like he's like a Maserati or a Lamborghini, right? And you don't get that just drive in a parking lot, man. You get that on the fastest road you can get on. For the shit out of that. He's like a racehorse, man. It's like you give them something and let them take off with it. That's what they're meant to be. That's what I learned the most about that movie. If you find those right pieces in the park, then you let them do what they do best.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Great cast.
Yeah, we're actually having him on in August.
Oh, he's gonna have him. Oh, perfect. Good, good.
Yeah.
But I do, and I'm not if you guys get to know me and stuff, I'm really an honest person now. But I don't like somebody that just won't say nothing. I'm not going to be a dick. But that dude is, man, he's above and beyond a good person. I love that person. I love him as a man and a person and everything. He's taught me so much. We did a horror interview one time, and they were asking us what we'd do if we weren't doing this or something, and I said something, well, I'd like to be maybe a musician. And he said he'd like to be a preacher or something like that. And I was like, so is that for real?
Yeah.
But he's a holy guy, and he really believes in things. But he's even made me, being a non-believer, I respect the guy from where he comes from and what kind of person he is, and the walk that he walks and the talk that he talks. But he's a good dude from top to bottom.
I think that's definitely a lot more important than what somebody says or what they can do.
Didn't Nicholas Tana tell us that too when we had him?
Absolutely.
Billy,
same thing.
Awesome.
What did he say?
He was like that. He was real, not like his characters and stuff. Because he played a preacher in his movie, but he's like the Papa Corn. He was a complete opposite of that.
Yeah, he was real rapey.
Real
rapey clown.
Not rapey in real life, I don't think.
No.
Let's hope not.
But he can take it. Watching him on set in that costume, you guys, it's when he was going after Parrish and stuff, and I think he was really, because Parrish went dark. Man, when Parrish started crying and stuff, he wouldn't let us unlock him from the chairs or nothing. We'd go on breaks and stuff, and he'd stay in there crying because he just kept that up because he didn't want to, blow his character at all.
Mm-hmm.
But Bill would push that envelope with Parrish so much in those scenes like that, man. It was just a nervy. And I always like to go a little bit longer before I cut. Because that's where the magic goes. So, and it's one thing if I'm, recording with $1 billion film, but I'm recording with digital stuff, so we can go. We got batteries. Let's go. So it was perfect. But if you're gonna do something, just write these actors apart. It's like you got Bill Oberst Jr. It's Parrish or whatever. Write them something to act with. Don't give them this same cliche stuff and all this kind of stuff. It's just everybody needs to raise the bar. I think my movie sucks. And I hate it. And I want to make my next one even better, and that's what everybody should do. So
I liked it.
Well, I disagree. I disagree too. I think it's awesome.
Well, y'all like clown penis, but that's
we were totally on there for the clown penis.
Hey.
Totally. Dude, I don't remember seeing the clown penis.
We didn't give you that version because we didn't want to like kind of get you going in any weird way or nothing.
Well, I don't know, dude. The way he reacted at the window when they were getting it on in the beginning, dude, was fucking phenomenal, man. Rhiannon loved the part where he was spitting everywhere.
No, I didn't. I was like, oh my God, that's so much spit.
The funny thing about that, you guys, is we're filming, and that was on the side of the house. And there's two houses. And right there at that one on the other side that you don't see, there was a gate. And there was two kids, probably 10 years old and 12-year-olds, watching all this.
Oh, wow.
It's so surreal. And I said, I got a clown here jacking off in a window and two little kids watching. I said, this is probably how it begins for them being serial killers. Long story short, those kids work in my haunted house now because they're 15. Oh. So now, I said, hey, we want to help you with your movies and all this. So they got an interest for movies, and they love Circus of the Dead. So
that's cool.
Now, as far as Papa's 1 second penis shot is, people always say, is that a real cock? And I go, well, it tasted real. But
We have had so much dick talk the last few weeks. Oh my god, it's crazy.
So much dick.
That's so funny. And then the scene where he's face fucking a severed head was fucking phenomenal.
well, now have you noticed her name? That's Chanel's head, but she had the mouth cut out. And we put a vagina in. So now see her. Noodle Dome turned her into a character called Penelope. That's Penelope. Yeah. All those,
Dude,
all those dolls and stuff y'all seen in Noodle Dome's room all have names. There's like Marionette. There's the Swan. The heavy set woman with the donut nipples. She was called Little Debbie Cakes. So much backstory to this stuff. You guys got no idea. Because that's when this HBO stuff and all this stuff started calling. I started writing like crazy. I got 4 Circuses of the Dead right now.
Oh, wow.
So if it did take off, we would be like Flint going. But I know it'd be hard because I'm going to have to start killing some characters off and stuff too. And I don't know. That's like your kids. So I love those clowns.
See, I don't know if you really could, though, because the way that you played it out in blaming the husband for everything was magical. As far as storytelling goes from a filmmaker's perspective, you know, and the fact that they get away and he's the one who's blamed for it, you end it with him fucking killing himself with his kids in the back seat who are already dead is fucking like, wow.
Now,
it was brilliant.
If your parents Randall will say, well, technically you didn't see me kill myself.
Right.
This is very true.
I could be that Dawn's twin Billy in the sequel. That's what he keeps saying. I go, why don't you come back and play a prostitute or something, Parrish, and shut up. But I said, let's go make a cowboy movie instead. I said, let's not worry about clowns for the thing. But how that come about, though, was one of my friends, Melissa, the producer of Circus, she bought me this book, and I kept it by my toilet on the bathtub. It's called like a 99, or it's called 101 People that you won't meet in heaven. And it was basically like a brief 101 serial killers, and there was like 2 pages stories on them, and then it showed their quotes. And that's where I stumbled over the Gacy quote. It says, "Clown can get away with murder." So then I go, okay, well, of course, Gacy was in mind when I come up with this whole concept. So then that said, okay, well, there's your story. How do they get away with murder? And then I was at a friend's wedding reception, and I was one of the groomsmen, and he had the Loteria cards that he gave us, and he gave me the La Muerte and the El Diablo. And I said, hey, what is this, like tarot cards? And he goes, you're stupid, Billy. You're like a white guy. He goes, that's like a Mexican bingo game. And I go, well, how does it play? And he told me, and I said, boom, there's the movie right there.
That's in the movie too, that line right there.
Yeah, that's what, my attorney wouldn't let me say Loteria because he's afraid we'd get sued. So we had to say, it's like bingo.
Like bingo.
Okay.
That's the same thing with Mr. Blister. Like, he wasn't supposed to be called Mr. Blister. We made that change 1 or 2 days before we started filming because the attorney wouldn't let me use Zippo. But what's funny is Mr. Blister, the only reason I did that is because he was Mr. Fister. He plays Mr. Fister in the trailer. And I go, you can be Mr. Blister. Well, in Circus of the Dead, or in Cowboys from Hell, Rusty Edwards plays Mr. Lister. So now, so you see what I'm like a crappy Dr. Seuss in my movies. You guys don't. It's probably just a lot of damage. So
don't worry, I'm a Dr. Seuss in real life.
There you go. Well, I'm a crappy Dr. Seuss. I'm not even a good one.
I didn't say I was good.
There's a Bloody Bill too in Cowboys from Hell, right?
Yeah, actually, that's how I got my name. I did in my early 20s. I tried out for the Six Flags. Six Flags in Arlington had the gunfight. I tried out as a 18-year-old, and I made it past the first 500, and I made it to the final 25, and I didn't make it past that. Now, I'm not an actor or nothing, but that was my nickname back then. It's because I thought I didn't want to be Billy the Kid. I didn't want to be Wild Bill and all this kind of stuff. So I seen like Quantrell, whatever from the Quantrell's Raiders and stuff, and that's where Bloody Bill Quantrell. And I said, hey, I like that name. So it actually comes from the Western days. But then we started our own gunfighting show, and I had these characters that we did in my early 20s, back in the early 90s, and I've turned them all into this movie. So I took all these people I knew in my past, like it was a movie I already saw in my head, and that's where Cowboys from Hell comes from. So
Okay.
Brad's playing an old version of myself.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
If it was in
Right.
the 1870s. So,
And when are you starting production on that again?
well, we're still gathering up the funds. We've got people interested. We got producers and stuff. We'll see. When I went out to do Circus, I had an investor, but it was a real close friend of mine. And this is the first time that since Circus, a lot of other filmmakers and producers see it, and they want to be a part of this new one. So now I've got people coming. So I got a lot of meetings and stuff like that. And it doesn't hurt me to give up some because I know now what I will and won't do. Like in Circus, a couple of distribution deals that busted it for me is they wanted the rights to the sequels and the character rights. And that's something I won't budge on, because I don't want my characters to be written in a bad way without me or something like that. That's what I'm terrified of. But I don't think Cowboys from Hell has to worry about that because I think everybody damn near dies in it. So there's not.
See, and that's one of the struggles that I'm having with my film Normal Terror is that I don't want to give up the creative freedom of what my characters do.
Right.
I want to be able to do it, the way I want to do it without having anybody tell me that this is how you have to. And
Well,
it's making it difficult.
Yeah, it's to me is I'll be a prostitute for the right amount of money, but it better be a lot. If it's going to buy me lunch for 2 or 3 days, that's not enough for me to be a prostitute.
No, hell no.
Yeah.
But I'm not afraid of losing. If somebody made the right thing, I would get rid of all the characters in a heartbeat and let them take it. Let Disney take Circus of the Dead. I wouldn't care, or Mr. Fister if Disney wanted. But
Disney.
yeah.
Well, hell, if that's the case, I can feed you for like a month.
Yeah. I don't know about that. I'll tell you what. I just think that it's I got a new ideal every other day, so I just come up with something else. The hurtful thing is people love these characters so much now, and the more popular the movie gets, they just feel attached to them. And you can't. I don't want to do anything to hurt the characters for the fans. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't want the characters to suck and say, "Well, Papa Corn was cool in the first 20 movies, but that 21st one, he really sucked bad." So
Yeah.
maybe for the prequel, I'll give up the rights and let somebody else do it.
No.
Like you stop spitting by the 5th or 6th movie.
Yeah. Hopefully that doesn't happen because I'd like to kill them off. But we're definitely, I want to see what this new Terrifier does, but I got a feeling my next movie will take a shot or two at that somewhere in the movie. So you might watch after credits. Did y'all watch Circus after credits, everybody?
Yes.
Yes.
No? Zombie Barbie?
The
No?
after credits?
Oh.
I didn't.
There
watch after credits.
there was an entire scene after the credits ran.
Oh man, no! I'll go back through and watch it then.
Well, yeah, and now you have to look out for the Papa Corn penis too.
I'm gonna go back through and look for that too.
Freeze frame it and take a picture.
I'll screenshot
All
it.
right. I found the penis. I found the penis.
Because I didn't see it. I was like trying to watch it and do like eyelashes at the same time, and I was trying to listen to my sister, but then I was trying to watch the movie and not like poke her eyeballs out.
Awesome.
That actually might be a good idea.
No.
If I was at the office and not here at home, I'd have the penis here. Usually it makes surprise visits over here. Like I'll bring it in. I'm at the house and I don't, my father-in-law was like having a clown penis here at the house. So I leave it at that.
Good time.
That's funny though. Sticking it like next to his bed.
Yeah.
He's like, oh shit, no.
He's a
Right?
man. I don't think he knew what his daughter ended up marrying when she married me. So
Has he seen the film?
is that no? They're actually not I didn't meet her. I've known her for a while, but we didn't start dating until I guess a couple of years ago, and then we married a year ago, maybe 3 years ago. Started dating. So it was only after I shot Circus, but she knew me from my haunted houses and stuff. I've been doing haunted houses my whole life.
Oh,
And I've had 2 of them here since 1998 in Odessa, Texas.
wow, that's cool.
Nice.
I got my start doing those in what do you call it, like elementary school carnivals. When my mom was PTA president, I'd volunteer as a kid, and they do the cardboard tombstones and crap, and but and styrofoam ball spiders. But then I grew up to some cool stuff. But I still don't like buying store bought stuff. I'd rather get junk or trash and repurpose it to my thing. My haunted houses are definitely, I would say, they're kind of like movie sets, though. They're decorated real nice or something.
Yeah.
Hey, Billy, what on Tony Newton's VHS Lives 1 or 2? You were in part 2?
part 1, I think.
You were in part 1? Okay.
Yeah, I would have done part 2, but that's when all that cancer stuff started going down, and I missed all that stuff. But
Okay.
he's been a good dude. I dare say I think I might have made more money on that than I made from Circus of the Dead so far. So whatever he's doing, he's doing good, if that tells you. So I mean, it's
Tony's
tough.
a good guy.
We're gonna see what we can't do about making Circus of the Dead go fucking viral.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
And it's on Scream Team Releasing, right? They have it?
No, they I would probably work something out with them. They took some copies and sold them for the cancer.
Oh.
They get 100% of the proceeds. That's Justin and Zane, man. Those are really good dudes. I never met them in person yet. And I'm working on a anthology movie for them too, Cryptids, and I'm doing one on Chupacabras.
Which one is it? Which one are you doing?
Cryptids.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I've been talking to Zane about that one.
And I get it going and stuff like that. I feel bad, but they're not pushing me because they know that I went through the cancer stuff. But I still don't want to let them down because I figured it's like, hey, this cancer slowed me down. I could have done 3 or 4 other anthologies for people because I like working with people like that. But those 2 dudes are good.
They really are.
Question, would I go to Scream Team in a heartbeat? But Circus of the Dead, like I said, is I'm in with my old boss, who's the other co-investor. So to them and take it to them, I'd have to go to him, and he's going to say, "Hey, who are these people? They're trying to, steal us out of making no money. We don't make any money now, so." But I don't want to explain it to him, so it's just kind of a hassle. So
I got you.
It's easier for me just to try to hawk it and sell it, so that way the money goes back to the actual fund.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Very
blah,
cool.
blah, blah. That's the boring side of filmmaking. So.
The fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I don't like all the business shit.
No, you should.
I want to stay on the creative side and let somebody else handle all the business shit. Just leave me over here, let me do my thing, and then you make the fucking thing work.
Well, you know that person that was supposed to play the character that Parrish played, we fired him after we shot with him for 2 or 3 days.
Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm. And see, a lot of people don't know that. So I got a lot of footage of somebody else doing a lot of that early on stuff.
Wow.
So Parrish was coming in to play another part, and he was getting ready to get on an airplane to come down here just to work for the weekend. And I go, "Hey, you want that main part, but you got to work a whole month." And he goes, "Are you kidding me?" He goes, "How long do I have to prepare for it?" And I go, "Well, how long's your flight?" So,
wow.
That's how that went down. So that tells you how hard he busted his butt. So
Dang.
he got off the plane and started acting a part that he had no clue he was going to act.
He did really
That's
good.
fucking awesome.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
But that's the business side you're talking about. And that's where it hurts now is I did a casting call for Cowboys from Hell. And when I was waiting to go on this show today, I was looking at all the emails and stuff coming in. And I've seen so many people and stuff. And sometimes the script, it narrows on what I can hire because it takes place, I don't want to give too much away, but it takes place in a brothel. So really the only female stuff is like whores. And I feel really shitty because it's like, they go, "Hey, can I be in your movie? I've been wanting to work with you. You know, my 12-year-old daughter wants to work with you." I go, "Well, you think she can play a whore?" I feel really bad as a filmmaker. And they go, "Well, maybe your next movie, Billy." And I go, "Okay, probably Mr. Fister." So it's like, I'm saying don't judge a book by its cover, though. Circus of the Dead is an out of this world movie as far as over the top, but it's still a good movie. So that's what I want to make. It's a horror movie, but it's also a good movie, and that's all I want to try to make. So it's just good movies that happen to be horror movies. So
yeah. See, I thought all the acting was good in Circus of the Dead. They all played off each other well.
They're all okay. I would beat a lot of them if I had a chance to, and I was a meaner person, but they all did real good. I mean, I think I can only judge my thing, and I give myself a 70 on some days and a 75 on other days. And that's how I judge. Now, see, like Bill, I give that dude like a 98. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's about as high. I don't think I've ever voted anything that high in my stuff before, but that guy was the real deal. But I try to grade things, and all the other people I've never give away or whatever because I don't want to do that. But I even grade myself down low. So I thought I could have done a lot better at a lot of things.
Billy was really good.
I liked it.
Like you see me, I push it all the time on Facebook.
Well, you got mental problems and all, but
well, shit. Like I remember seeing Bill posting about it when you guys were first making it.
I wonder if he's such a good dude. It's like I wonder though. I like maybe you should ask him. Like I hope he's proud of it. Mm-hmm. And I know he's getting hit up like I get hit up by these crazy stalkers and groupies that are really into sexy clowns. Like I get that a lot, and I was thinking surely he gets that. And I always wanted to ask him, like, are you really getting hit up by as crazy many women as I get hit up because of this movie?
Oh, I'm sure.
I never asked him, but hopefully he's proud of it and stuff. So y'all need to ask him that.
Okay.
So Billy Con's wondering if you hit up as much as crazy women as he does with sending naked clown pictures and weird stuff. But I could make a memoir of that stuff. So
Hey,
compile
technically, there's nothing funnier than a naked clown pic.
yeah, well, that's what I say too. But like I said, I could make a book out of it, but it's going to piss my mom off because she'll be in it. But
See, I liked the music in it too.
we try to do something out of the box. Lauren Morris at Scorpion Ranch and Austin did the score and stuff. And as far as the soundtrack stuff, Esau Ramirez, who did all the clown makeup with his sister Pels Ramirez. He's the mastermind behind the soundtrack stuff. I said my only stipulation is I want something different and I want something from Texas. So that was the stipulation.
Nice.
But, like the goddamn gallows, the pinata protest, Pump Jack from here in Midland, that's that area. They're real good. And you know what they did is like, it didn't cost much. Most of it said, well, can you send us 12 copies of the movie when it comes out? Yeah, sure.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, because it's like us as indie filmmakers. Somebody goes, Billy, can I use a snippet of your movie playing on a TV in the background? I go, yeah. Or will you sign this release? And I go, yeah. Because it doesn't matter. You just need to get it out there. If somebody sees somebody else's movie and it shows Circus of the Dead and they want to watch it, then you got another fan.
Yeah.
Same thing with this music. They can go bootleg their songs anyway. If you have a chance to be in a movie that might take off, musicians, y'all better do it. What do you got to lose? You got nothing to lose and just a lot to gain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that, the Beaumonts. Y'all hear the song in the credits?
Yeah.
If you ain't with the boys, you're fucking fucked. Like that's blown up too. And the Beaumonts are such a great band, but they get that a lot now. Say, hey, we saw this in this movie, and that's how we discovered you guys as a band. So see, it goes both ways too. So I think it's a great thing for bands too, just like it is for filmmakers.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That was good. I liked in the beginning how you put the quote from John Wayne Gacy.
Yes. And that song over the front of it too was Viva Las Vegas. It was kind of a rockabilly thing, but it just dum 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 dum.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that. That's the only thing I told Lauren is we got a little bit of calliope in there, the calliope beep 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 beep. But that was my whole goal is I want to be anti-clown. I want to do a clown movie, but do it different, so it's not the cliche movie. But I want people to think they're getting ready to watch a cliche clown movie, and it's disguised as a good movie. So, because there's a lot of bad clown movies.
I like the title when the song fades off and the title comes up with the skulls around.
Yeah.
That was just a good look.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see in the skulls? There's like some hidden hints too. If you look closely, that's designed by John Mata. He's the guy that does all my artwork. He's my best friend, and we got into television together in 2001. And he's moved on, and he's like the art director for Panini. They do the Don Russ baseball cards, football cards.
Oh yeah.
But he does all my art stuff. And I get other artists that want to do things and stuff, but I go, you guys don't understand how butthurt my friend's going to get if I let somebody else do it. So.
Yeah.
And he works at a good budget because he's going to do it for free, or I'm going to beat his ass. So. But if he needs filming, I take care of him too. Sometimes you get that from people. I believe you pay for everything you need if I don't know them and if they're not my friends. But if they're my friends, it's like, yeah, remember that time I moved you in my pickup truck? And
Yeah.
But a good friend will take care of me. He wants me to succeed, just like I want him to succeed. And, that's what friends do. And that's the people that work with us in our circle. It's like, unlike being in Dallas or Houston or, Austin or whatever, we're in Odessa and Midland, Texas, man. There's not
right.
This kind of stuff. So I meet a lot of them. I help a lot of other filmmakers out. I give them a lot of advice. A lot of times they don't listen. But like, focus, you guys. Well, what's focus mean? I go, yeah, exactly. You got to start somewhere and you got to pay it forward. And that's why I believe I ain't going to charge anybody for help. What's happening now, though, is I get so inundated in my inbox. Like I'll go weeks without answering people because I'm starting to have like panic attacks when I open up my messenger inbox. Guys. Like it starts going ding, 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 ding. All these new people. It's like, hi, what's up? How's it going? Hey, you don't know me, but it's like, oh. The Tommy boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get a lot of waves.
Waves.
If you're a woman, you can get that. It's bad when you're a fat dude like me and you get waves. But but I get them. But remember Tommy Boy when he used to interview people, those famous people? I get people say, "Hey, Bloody Bill, you remember that time you made Circus of the Dead?" Like, yeah. What about it? That's a good movie. So, oh man, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But it does.
Dude, I had a guy hit me up today, and he's like, "You sure you can't use me in normal terror? It looks really good. I really want to be a part of it." And it's, I get that shit all the time, and it's frustrating sometimes because it's not that I don't want to, but I don't know anything about you.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can act. I don't know, if you would be a good fit. I don't know. I can't just sit here.
Good problem. What you just said is a good point. I was going through those emails today, and that's what I'd like to say too. Is like people go, "Well, I don't have a demo reel." It's okay. Just all you got to do is send a good picture of yourself. Because sometimes if I have an extra or you're playing a killer or something, you don't need much. Just send me your picture, and I may not use you for this one, or I may not use you for the next one, but I keep all the pictures that all these actors do, and I go back through them and stuff. And I've seen so many cool people that I met, and I said, it's like I said, I'm on a shortage on women roles on this one, and I say, man, I'd like to work with her and do something. So it's just tough, but don't give up hope, because sometimes on the next movie, that's what I tell people, is you got to keep trying. There's 3,000 people trying to get one part, so don't give up. It's just the luck of the draw sometimes. But I don't care if you act or whatever, because I'll ask you first if I'm interested in looking, think you can do a certain thing. Rusty Edwards couldn't act before this. He did Mr. Blister, and there's a lot of people that like him as much as Popcorn. And all I did with him was just feed him one-liners off camera, and so just do them like you do it, kind of just what do you call it, monotone. And he didn't even smoke in real life, and I made him smoke, but. It turned out really good.
If you're short on females on this next film, I'm pretty sure Rhiannon would love to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
You got Tiffany Fest, right?
And that's the thing is every time I work with somebody, those people I work with, it's like all the circus people come out and say, "Hey, pal."
Right.
She had such a small part last time, and she was so fun to work with. I said, next movie, you get a bigger part, just like Brad. Next movie, you get a bigger part. But I think what's going to blow everybody's mind is don't be surprised if Bill Oberst pops up in here for a big part too somewhere.
Awesome.
That'd be awesome.
Ooh. I would love to work with him.
Sounds like an exclusive, Zombie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, you don't bring in a Lamborghini to play a zombie.
That's right.
You bring that Lamborghini in to be a Lamborghini. So that's what I said.
That's right.
When
Absolutely.
it's good enough to show Bill, I'll show Bill. But I don't just show him anything. I want to wow him and show him that I got some good stuff for him to do.
Yeah.
So until I can do that, then it will. But we've talked, and I still talk to him. I'd say maybe once a month. Never super long or anything because he's a busy man. But I like to catch up with him. And he signed some things. Fans send us fan stuff all the time and ask for autographs or do this or do that. So sometimes I'll send him a care package once every 3 or 4 months with a bunch of paintings or art stuff that people do. And I surprise them and send them back to him, signed by all the guys. So I just think that's the way you do it as any person. If you shake one hand at a time and make a fan for life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I still want that picture behind you, Lance.
No.
The
popcorn, yeah.
You know what I got? I got some signed by Bill that I owe Brian. I got them signed for Brian, and I need to get them to him. So I would hit up Brian Clegg and get one that's actually signed by Bill Oberst. That's a hard one to get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's freaking badass.
I'll see Brian at the convention. So looking forward to that.
February. I'm hoping. I haven't talked to Roy yet, but I'm hoping to get out there this time and see. I would love to go out there and make.
We missed you last year. Everybody was talking about you last year.
When it hit, that's when it hit, man. I knew something bad was going to happen.
Yeah.
And I didn't know at the time. They go, well, if you had cancer, you should have said. I go, I didn't know. I was there. The doctors were speculating, but I really didn't know until right at the time of the festivals when I knew.
Nobody actually said you had it, but everybody knew you were sick.
Yeah.
Everybody knew you were really sick.
And that's really weird because I'm a chunky dude. But during that time, during October, I want to say October, let's say mid-September through October and November, I lost 85 pounds.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And,
it
was never like that before in life. Yeah, it was really weird. Yeah, all the hair fell out and stuff. And that's when you know you married a good person. And she really took care of me. When I had just even get up, walking to the bathroom was tough and stuff like that. So she's done a lot for me. So I owe her for the rest of my life. So
beautiful.
She's a good woman. So she doesn't like my movie though.
Oh man.
Shocking.
Aw.
She doesn't like it.
Shocking.
It's too mean to her. But I always say that's the world these days. It's when I approach the movie, you guys, it's not. I know George Romero did that. He had those social undertones in his music or in his movies or overtones, whatever you call it. But I let the script be organic. I go, in this situation, what would happen here? What would this character think? When you read those script writing tutorials and stuff like that, they tell you all this stuff and it goes in one ear and out the other. But when you actually apply it and start, go, oh, I did build backstories. All these clowns, I can tell you everything. I can tell you, what kind of favorite chips Noodle Dome like to eat and all this kind of stuff, because it just happens after you work on something for 3 or 4 years. You just you make these backstories. And even though you want to cut corners and not do that and say, I'm just going to write this script and be over with, it don't happen. This Cowboys from Hell script, I said, well, this will be different than Circus of the Dead. Instead of 3 years, it's probably going to take me 3 months. Bullshit. It's taken years. So I've been working on it for 2 years, and until it just hits me and I know, and that's what the holdup is now. It's me. So, but when you get Joe Don Baker, you go, okay, well, I got that Lamborghini.
Yeah.
When you got this, so it's like you got to apply this. And now I'm getting so many really great women, auditioning for things. I said, maybe I should write bigger. You know what I'm even thinking, you guys? I might even be thinking of doing 2 movies at the same time, doing a part 1 and a part 2.
There you go.
Okay.
Just make it longer and make it almost 4 hours in total length when it's all said and done.
Wow.
Mhm.
That'd be cool. And the release is like a box set.
Mm-hmm.
People like that stuff.
With some faux trailers in them.
No, but that'll be Mr. Fister will be all about that kind of stuff. I'm gonna do some really fun stuff for Mr. Fister.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because my love for Grindhouse stuff is there too. But it'll be very Circus of the Dead comedy was dark comedy, but it happened kind of by accident. Like you shouldn't have laughed at it. You getting slammed on the ground, but I know you guys did because you're all out. But
I'm still laughing about it.
I know. Yeah. You know how that happened was that Noodle Dome is Roddy Clappin. He's got kids and all, and he's like the sweetest, most teddy bear of a person you'll ever meet. And I got up there and he goes, I don't like this. I don't like holding this bloody baby. I go, slam it on the ground. No. I go, slam it on the ground now. And he slammed it like that, and that's the take we did. And he goes, you better not put that in the movie. I said, I wish you wouldn't have said that because I'm going to now. So that's how that stuff happened. But I did a bunch of outtakes where, Mr. Blister walks up to it and puts a cigarette in its mouth, and then the little dwarf clown comes up with a coat hanger, like an abortion thing, and Papa Corn comes up and says, hey, it just wasn't in the cards for you, kid. So I need to put those on some bonus features someday. So we shot a lot of stuff that didn't even make the move turn around.
Wow.
Yeah, that'd be awesome to get the bonus features.
Well, we showed that first cut was this one here you are seeing now ends at 1:45. People say it's still too long for a horror movie. But the original cut that we showed at Frightmare was 3:05.
What?
Yeah.
Jeez.
So y'all already there. There's 20 minutes y'all don't even know of. So,
Wow.
And it was all.
Well, and I have Normal Terror set at 102.
I think you'd be good there. I wish mine was shorter sometimes, but if you look at the thing, they say horror fans, attention spans. But like, see Zombie Barbie saying, no, I'm with her too. It's like, I think that they need to start giving horror fans more credit.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's getting there. Because these movies, you look at like Midsummer and stuff, that thing did actually pretty dang well at the box office to be unheard of by people and stuff. The same thing with the Get Out. And I know it's all strange and people say that's not a horror movie, but
did you see
Walking
that?
Dead a zombie film? I did see it.
Did you like Miss Tom?
Which I did like it. My wife even loved it, and I didn't think she would. I like it because it's just different. I mean,
I liked it. My wife still didn't. She's still trying to process it. Weeks, months later.
I really thought she would hate it, and my wife actually liked that one because it was actually pretty raunchy.
Yeah. Oh, it was.
Seen it
That
yet.
pubic hair meat pie. I mean, that's. I didn't even have one of those. I feel bad. I didn't think of that one.
No, he's not lying. He's
Pubic hair meat pie.
it's out there. It's
You haven't seen it yet?
Not yet.
Ari Aster
No.
took it to a new level on something.
I hadn't seen it yet.
Well, go in there for what it is. It's like, well, Buddy Bill said this is a good movie. This guy on crack or mushrooms. It's really like I've never taken mushrooms. I've eaten shiitake mushrooms and fried rice, but it's just this movie is just a mind trip, man.
It is.
It was just something
Well-
different. I guess it inspires me. When a movie can inspire me, I feel like they did their job.
I thought the pacing was better than Hereditary because it was like Hereditary was a slow burn, then bam at the end. But then like Midsummer was good. Yeah, they are.
You wouldn't even tell it was the same director because Hereditary was like everything I've been seeing, right? But Midsummer, I haven't seen anything like that. Maybe early 70s.
It was different.
I think a lot of it too, as far as like the horror fans go, is that we don't give enough credit to the fact that there is, in a good horror film, a good story behind it. It's not just the gore and the effects and the kills and all this other bullshit. There's a really good story to it.
Right. You're right. I mean, unless you're terrified. Why would I say things like that?
Damn, shots fired. Boom, 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 boom.
No, that's what the reviews are getting. Yeah, they know the stuff. Yeah. I'll take it. And like I tell everybody, I'm their bitch. I'm the one schooling me right now. So, nobody knows my clowns yet. But somebody said something other. They were talking about one of their biggest fans wrote today on their Facebook. Said, I didn't like Lion King because none of the lions had balls. Right. Wow. Now her profile pic is Art the Clown, and I said, well, that's funny. That got me thinking because all the clowns I know have balls because you've seen them in my movie, but I didn't see any on Shark the Clown. So that's what I call it.
Shark.
Oh shit!
That's awesome.
That part was so gross.
You were going to offer that part to Clegg. He told Clegg he could be Shark the Clown. That's awesome.
I'm like I said, I'm gonna do some fun stuff for my promotional stuff. So let's see what they do too. But I hope I get to meet them and stuff. I contributed I think even like $100 to their $80, $100 to their thing.
The GoFundMe thing or Indiegogo thing.
So that way David can throw out a shout to Popcorn.
Yeah. There you go. Yep.
But that dude's a talented actor too. He was actually on my list for the Popcorn top 5.
Oh.
And this was 2010, 2011.
So
and I think I stumbled on him on MySpace or something, MySpace or early Facebook. He was playing a Joker.
Yeah. He loves the Joker.
And that's where I stumbled over him. I said, this might be a good Popcorn. So,
yeah.
I kid around about him and like him. He probably terrified. Since this guy Billy's got problems with Art the Clown. I need to move around the other way or something. But I appreciate what they did. I'm just jealous. I'm a hater.
You'll get there.
It's coming.
Hey, I make a pretty fucking creepy clown too, guys.
Yeah.
Nobody's saying any different from that.
Right?
We've seen it.
Yeah.
Even though, and it's funny because I actually have a Popcorn unicorn horn.
You do?
But mine's standing straight up. And I was a clown in a. It's actually a fucking, like, it's a family movie, which is funny because it looked really creepy, but the acting was all very slapstick. So it's actually pretty funny.
I think that they people give me a lot of crap too because of the Rob Zombie stuff, saying 31, because it wasn't that good and stuff. But they say, like, I know he saw Circus of the Dead before 31 came out. I know he did. Because I got a copy of John 5 a long time ago. But I never got any feedback from them. I asked for feedback, never got feedback. So, but I'm not famous enough for them to return messages or anything. So
that's going to change. That's going to change.
Oh, yeah.
They'll know I'm a cool dude, and I'll be honest and stuff too. But I just think that if anything, I borrowed from Captain Spaulding. So if anything, if anybody should be, they would say he ripped you off. I go, I kind of ripped him off a long time ago. But I would probably say Gacy was the influence.
Mm-hmm.
Spaulding was the way to pull it off, just a regular dirty person who happens to be a clown. And then Shakes the Clown with Bobcat Goldthwait or whatever. So that's kind of where the movie comes from.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Popcorn's
the best.
Hell yeah, me too.
Love Popcorn.
Yep.
Me and Lee Ankrum wrote him, and all the clowns are basically like Rusty's Mr. Blister is Rusty on steroids. Ryan is Doodle Dome and Jumbo's that, but Popcorn is me. But I didn't want to make him a fat oath or nothing. But he's basically the dark in me or the dark in every man that what if you just did what you wanted to do and had no remorse or whatever. And that's Popcorn. It's like Don, who was really the one in the right. Parrish was like saying, he he turned into a zombie in his own family. I mean, he wasn't paying attention to things. He couldn't see things going on right in front of his own eyes.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't there. He checked himself out a long time ago, which is what a lot of men do in the world. So that's what that was about. It was about yin and yang inside a own man. And originally, the early script of Circus of the Dead had him. They're the same person. You didn't find out till the end of the movie. They're the same person. It was all a mirror thing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh,
But then I said,
wow.
yeah. But then I said, hey, I would have been the next. What's that guy? Key and Peele, Jordan Peele. I would have been writing good stuff. I said, man, let's just do some clown penis. I took the easy way out.
Nice.
Just some clown penis.
All right. So, all right, guys, we're about at our time. So we're going to take and give a moment to give our shout outs. So what we do at this part of the show is we actually shout out and give any special thanks to anybody out there that, you know, has helped support us or, you know, whatever to get along the way. So is there anybody that you want to shout out to and give thanks for where you are today?
Well, I want to give thanks to you guys for having me on, and give thanks to every fan out there that's like supported and, you know, left a review or said, hey, I like your movie or whatever. None of that goes unheard. I hear it all, and it goes right into my heart, and it just keeps me going. And when cancer had me down and stuff, that's the thing that was in my heart that gave me that little bit extra to keep me alive, I think. So thank you to all out there.
Absolutely, man. It was a pleasure and an honor to have you on here. So, Zombie, what do you got, sweetheart?
I want to thank you for coming on. We've been excited to get you on here. So, and I'm glad that all this stuff worked. So, I was so nervous about not recording. I was like, oh shit. So thank you for coming on, Billy. Thank you guys for being my co-hosts and on this journey together. I want to thank Erin Lee with Crazy Ink Publishing for picking up my books, Broken Halo. And then I have a new project coming up with her, with Crazy Ink within the next year, which will follow Possessed by Passion on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. And then that's where we'll be keeping up like updates and stuff like that. But that's it.
Nice. Lance, what do you got, brother, man?
Real quick, a lot of your fans, Billy, and thank you for coming on again, Billy. Absolute honor getting to talk to you. Lance Dale, huge fan. David Martin, Thad Timothy, Damon Williams, Scott Williamson, James Blankenship, Joe Ridgely, who's helped out with our show, Slinky and Pop Tart. I want to give a little shout out to Sam's finger. He shot a staple through his finger.
His finger.
Really?
Yeah.
I appreciate it, brother, but yeah, there it is. There's the finger.
Sam's finger.
It went in there, and it came out there.
Can you announce were you going to announce the autopsy victim? Because I was going to say. Yes. Okay, I'll let you do that. And I want to congratulate Rand on the book deals that keep coming in for her. Thank Chris Attella for the music that he provides for the show. Matthew Price Thompson for the graphics. He does all the graphics for everything. Awesome dude. If you ever need anything graphic wise, look him up.
Yes.
So Billy, we're gonna need a couple of pictures from you, so that way my graphic artist can put together the promo poster when we get ready to promote this thing.
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
One more thing, Sam. Cult Classic Convention. It's been it's coming back in February. You gotta wait till September of next year. You can get any information on that. That's in Bastrop, Texas. Info's on their website, or you can go to the gas station and talk to Roy or Lisa, and they are just the gold people, golden, and they make really good barbecue over there too. So that's the place you want to go. Anyway, and I think that's about it for me. Oakley dokley, I'm done. And thanks again, Billy. I love you guys.
We love you too.
Well, my diddly doodly awesome, amazing co-host, I want to thank you guys so much for following this journey with me. Billy Pond, thank you so much for being our guest. You were phenomenal. I love the technical aspects that you covered that we don't usually get into. So it was amazing. Thank you so much. And then I want to thank Miss Samantha Wagner, because she has been feeling like absolute shit lately and has come out of the hole finally and started being, more a part of this. So Sam, thank you so much for all that you do on the backside of this thing, helping Lance out and everything that you do in helping us produce this show. Ms. Zombie Barbie, love you, sweetheart. You're amazing at what you do in cutting and editing and posting and all the work that you do. So thank you so much for what you do. Lance, you know fucking everybody, so thank you so much for everything that you do, brother, man, and all the support and everything that we got going on. One of the things I do want to announce is that we do have our autopsy victim for Normal Terror, Miss Julie Ann Prescott, is going to be in my fucking movie Normal Terror.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
I am completely and amazingly like stunned and shocked that we were able to get, you know, a cast member of her talent as that lead role. So Miss Julianne Prescott, thank you so much. Love you. And can't wait to get on set and get this thing done. We have a lot of updates for Normal Terror coming up, so make sure you go out and check out the page. And, of course, I want to thank our sponsor, Energy Upgrade. They are the best in the Santa Clarita Valley, and my friend Mia can offer you some rockin' deals. If you're interested in solar, contact me at Energy Upgrade, 661-367-0832. Absolutely zero upfront cost, 10-year warranty on your roof, and 25-year warranty on your solar panels. Contact me to set up your appointment today, 661-367-0832, and we are done!
Bye.
Bye, everybody.